Hey, it's Heather. Have you ever made bread and it just did not turn out for whatever reason? Well, it happens to the best of us, and it happened to me yesterday. So I was making my sourdough sandwich bread and got busy doing whatever, forgot that I had it rising in the oven, and by the time I remembered, it totally overproofed. But I baked it anyway. We actually have already ate one of these loaves. They're not beautiful, but they're a little bit dense, but they're still edible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to salvage this. Also, 2 more loaves over here. So what's so frustrating is that I doubled it. But anyway, it's not a total loss because I'm going to make French toast out of this. So if you'd like to see my recipe on making French toast, stick around. If you have your own, remember this for when you mess your bread up. It is still usable. And if I didn't use it for French toast, I could put it in like a breakfast casserole or put it in the freezer for whenever I make dressing, anything bread related. Could cut this up and make croutons out of it, or breadcrumbs for any recipe that calls for breadcrumbs. So totally salvageable. I'm gonna make all 3 loaves, I think, into French toast because I will freeze it. French toast is something that's very good, in my opinion. Make it all up, freeze what you don't eat that day, and then you can just take it out, just like you buy frozen pancakes. I'm a big, freeze stuff and reheat it. And my family, me and my family, we like that. We can do that. Some people do not like things frozen and reheated and all that stuff, and that's okay. We do, and that's my plan, is to do all 3 loaves of this into French toast. So if you like my recipe, stick around. If you have your own, just use it on your overproofed or bad bread. It's not that bad, but bad enough. Okay, so first I'm just going to slice this. And the ends, I'm going to just put those to the side. I'm going to save those for dressing. I'll stick those in the freezer. I'll put these in a bread bag. And stick them in my freezer. Whenever I cook dressing, I will pull this out and add it to my dressing. Those are the ends. And since I'm using so many eggs, I will crack them in a separate bowl just in case something is wrong with one of them. It's happened, and it is terrible when it happens if you crack them directly in your bowl. That's about 12 regular size eggs, because these are smaller eggs. If I have small eggs, then I use them for things like this. I'm just whisking these until the yolks are all broken. They're kind of mixed together. And then I'm going to add some milk, and I don't measure, but I would guess it's about half eggs, half milk. So let's say you have a cup of eggs, then put a cup of milk. And I like to put cinnamon. I don't measure the cinnamon either. You just put however much you want. Vanilla, same thing. You like a lot of vanilla, put a lot of vanilla. You don't like that much vanilla, don't put that much vanilla. What I like to do is smell it. I can smell the vanilla. And to me, that is just right. And that's it. That is the mixture to coat your bread in. I'm going to leave all this right here because if this doesn't do all my bread, I will just mix this up again, do the process one more time. We're going to move over to the griddle. Oh, I went to move the camera and didn't get it back on. So anyway, I've got a whole griddle full on here, and we're just letting them cook on one side. And you can put a little more cinnamon on each piece if you want. We're just gonna let those cook and then we'll flip them over. Our first griddle full is ready. They're just brown and you can tell they're not mushy, so they're done. I'm gonna put them on this cooling rack. And then I'll just re-butter my griddle and do it all over again until I'm finished with this. And then we're going to freeze these. I'll show you how to do that once these have cooled. I have to taste one to make sure it's okay to feed my family. Syrup and some almond butter. It is so delicious if you have never tried it. And the difference is it's raw almond butter. So you can see in there what it looks like. It's really, really good. I almost let these go too long. I do this all the time. It's kind of what happened to my bread to start with. I am right here in the kitchen, but I had some chicken I was taking off the bone, and I was cooking these hamburger patties. And anyway, ow, I totally forget. Not forget, I still know I'm doing it, but I just lose track of time, I guess, is what you say. You just lose track of time. Boy, I do mess up some things like that. I think I'm a good multitasker, but that might be proof that I am not. Okay, so this should be my last batch. Okay, the last batch is done. I'll bring y'all back whenever I'm freezing it. Okay, well, it's all cool. They've eaten what they wanted to today. So I'm going to freeze the rest. Not rocket science. I put it in a freezer bag. I'm sure you could get Crafty or whatever and maybe put some wax paper or parchment paper in between them. I don't see any need for that, so put it over here and then maybe you can see. Seems to do just fine for me. Just to put it in a Ziploc bag. I will even stack them in there, and this will probably take at least 2 bags. And that'll be it. I'll throw it in the freezer. I will take them out. And they will probably eat these, I mean, definitely within a month. My kids don't live here anymore, but they still eat here a lot. So if it was just me and my husband, this would probably last us much, much longer. But anyway, and that's it. Put it in there, stick it in the freezer. And that is one thing I do when I mess up my bread, like I did yesterday. So anyway, I hope this helped you. And if you do anything with your bread that has overproofed or not done exactly like you would like it to do, please leave it in the comments. I would love to know, because look, sometimes things just don't work out. Alrighty, that's it for me. See y'all next time.